Okay, so my name is Carla Gannis and I'm a new media artist. I work with lots of different technologies, and so I generally come up with some kind of core concept. Usually it does have something to do with something I call internet semiotics, or kind of the language we speak today online and in social networks. And so I generally come up with that core concept, and then I express it across all of these different medium or media platforms. Actually, originally I was thinking about showing a different piece, and there were just some factors, so it didn't work out. And so I showed this work, which is the Garden of Emoji Delights. And I worked with Carol closely. We had a lot of fun. Behind, or actually in front of me right now, there is a big screen, and we are projecting the video on that, and that was a lot of fun to install. Fun. But you know, and so once we got here and I was seeing the room and just kind of sussing out the space and thinking about particularly that the animation, the large scale animation I'm showing is a triptych, and that's why I decided to also include these 3 video pieces you see behind me. They're pendant pieces to the triptych animation. I call them vignettes, but they're actually kind of zoomed in pieces from the entire piece. And so it was a way to kind of counterbalance this. I also use the term horror vacui, which is a Latin term, and it's fear of empty spaces. And as an artist, I think I actually suffer from that, happily, in that I like to activate all of a composition, if it's video or even an interactive work, things like that. And so I have this very, very active video work that's on one wall, and then I have these smaller pendant pieces so that you can kind of rest and, again, as I said, zoom into a detail of the work. When I first started this project, I started this project in 2013, and so that's a while ago. And emoji were already pretty popular, right? But not as popular as they are today. And the Garden of Earthly Delights was a favorite painting of mine since I've been a kid. And it's by this Netherlandish painter, Hieronymus Bosch. Like 500 years ago he made this painting, somewhere around then. And I've always been inspired by that painting because it's so enigmatic. I always have questioned really exactly what it means. And also the iconography he uses, even though it's tied to religious symbolism, he kind of took it in all sorts of new directions. So I started thinking, because I'm always interested in the languages we speak today, and not like art languages, just the language that general people, everyone uses, something like emoji, but it's a sign symbol language. So I saw how that could translate easily into an artwork. But what would happen if I combined a language from 500 years ago that people are still, you know, scratching their heads about, with emojis, which we tend to think, oh, they're just smiling, happy things. But when you kind of overlay them on this historical artwork, they start to have a different read. And also, because this was 2013, and because you never see emoji bodies generally, you see a few, but not that many. And this piece that I was, you know, basically working off of, the Bosch piece, has lots of bodies in it. And so I had to create a lot of new emojis. It had all sorts of animals, and so that was really fun too, because it was kind of expanding the lexical set of the emoji language.